Hello, Nora. How are you doing?
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Can you speak
I'm
Spanish?
good.
Have you understood me?
No, I'm learning, but I was just admiring your Spanish here because I just love that language,
Really?
and I love the passionate people because I'm very passionate. So it's like I love that you have fire in your soul and you're always like, when you speak, it's like yes, with passion.
The first thing I've seen when I called you here on Skype is your state is something like the dreams can no I don't know how can I see that, but your dreams come true or something like that. When you see something is available or don't available, and you have something that you have wrote. What's that?
You mean the in Facebook
No, here
or where?
in Skype. When I saw your coming
The
dream,
profile text.
yeah, the profile text. Yeah,
Make Was it like making my dreams come true or something like that?
yes, yes, yes. First of all, how
Well,
can you change it? Because I don't know how.
well, that's a good question. I have to give you a tutorial while
Yeah.
learning myself at the same time. Yeah, but yeah, it's of course I'm I'm pursuing continuously towards my dreams, and I recommend everyone to do the same. That it doesn't matter how crazy your idea is about like what you want to do in life, but I believe strongly that if you are willing to do everything to get to your dreams, it can be possible. But there is too much this way of thinking. Many people are brought in this idea that no, you can't do that or you can't do this. But we should definitely start, talking to each other more like with encouragement, and not with the negativity, but more positively, like, well, let's try to find some solution how you could go there and how you could get to your dreams and how to get to your goals.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something that I really want to tell people, and also you know do that myself.
I'm agree with you, but uh, in some point, I mean, if you want to, you have a dream or something like that, it's good to work for it. But we have to be also realistic about what kind of dream do you have, because sometimes there
Yeah.
are dreams that are impossible. I think that
What are possible, do
uh,
you think?
I
Do
want
you
to.
have example?
I want to play with Metallica, but with the band, not
You
before
want to
as
play
a
with
guest band.
Metallica? Well, what? So that's if that's your dream. Have you thought like what are the things that you could actually do to
to
maybe to
to
make
kill,
that happen?
I have to kill Lars Ulrich. That's the only thing
No,
I can
no,
do.
no, no violence.
No, no,
But
no.
maybe, but if you think that you have like, of course we have to think realistically, and I have, for example, I teach singing and performing. So I have these students who sometimes have realistic expectations and then unrealistic. And I'm there to help to make it realistic also, because I think it's the more important thing is to kind of make yourself your better self, and not try to be someone else. And sometimes I have students who are like, I want to be like Whitney Houston, or I want to be like this or that, or I want to be like Bruce Dickinson. And then my first answer is, you can't be like Bruce Dickinson. You are not Bruce Dickinson. you know
There's only one
like,
Bruce.
yeah, and please embrace yourself and try to make yourself the best version of yourself, and not someone else. And that's when you get that, kind of like truly,
Yeah.
like that you are like, okay, I stand behind myself and I want to develop myself to be better, then you are on the right path, and then you can actually develop yourself and even get to that point that you play with Metallica. Because the thing is that for when I was a kid, I was just dreaming about this situation that I'm in right now. I was like, I actually thought like that it's impossible. I can't be like, I didn't even consider being a heavy metal singer because I didn't have the rasp in my voice back then. I didn't have that similar the power that I have nowadays. And I was just, dreaming about, I want to be a star. I want to be touring around the world. I want to be the best singer in the world. That was my dream. And now that I'm actually touring around the world, and I'm doing my best, at what I can do as a singer and as a performer, and I feel like I'm living the dream. It I feel like this can be possible. I want to say to that little, that small Noora, 30 years ago or so, like saying that this is possible if you are, ready to work your ass off, to have pain, blood, tears, and of course you have to have the tools for that. Like, I mean, the mental tools and physical tools. Like, for example, for me, how I got here where I am right now wasn't just, coming from the sky somehow. It was, I was mingling all the time in social, situations. Like, I was constantly being surrounded by musicians and different kind of people in music business, and kind of I went to those situations all the time and I put myself out there. Even I was, I had terrible experiences also. Like, there was actually one time I had a rock show in this local rock bar over 10 years ago. It was one of these, my first own cover rock shows, and actually I messed up one song there, and the audience started booing me and shouting at me like, "You're so embarrassing, get off the stage." And I was like, I won't. Like, I was thinking in my head like, oh my God, I'm gonna die here. But I was standing there, and I didn't, I just was smiling and kind of trying to, fake that I don't even hear what they are shouting at. But I was devastated in my head, but I still stand it there, and I didn't go away from the stage because I knew that I belonged there. So after that terrible song, we continued the show, and the rest of the show went great. And then the people were like, "Yeah, you're great." So it was a roller coaster, but that was like one of the biggest lessons to learn for me, that never quit, even though there are people who say that, that they don't believe in you because they just have this, if you have a bad day as an artist, or so the people will judge you by that one moment. But if you have, opportunity to show them that I'm actually good at this, and I will show that to you, and I won't go off the stage, I will stay here even you would kill me, and then you will win the audience on your side. So it's like, I wanted to tell you this story because it's all about, never giving up, and kind of, even it hurts and you feel like you would be embarrassed and whatever, but that's the that you have to take that chance to get embarrassed, to get hurt, to get, have pain. And when you go through all that, you will success, you will win, but you have to be ready for pain.
Yeah. So the thing is, the pain is always there.
I
And
want to inspire you.
and well, if I'm not wrong, you joined Battle Beast in 2012, so this is your 10th anniversary with the band.
Yeah.
So how did you feel after these 10 years? How, I guess your life is completely different, but what would you say there are? Which are your main highlights during this decade?
There are so many highlights, but I have to say two things. First of all, my highlight is definitely now, after 10 years being in a band, being with the best band in the world. In my opinion, of course, Battle Beast rules. and, and of course, you have to have that thought about your own band. You can't go like, well, we are okay, but I think we are constantly trying to develop ourselves, develop our music, develop our production, our outfits and everything, and to be the best performing band out there. And that is, we want to conquer the world and we want to entertain people as much as possible. And when we got this new album, Circus of Doom, done, I'm just so happy, and I'm so proud of us, because now that we got time to concentrate totally on making of the album, it became an album that I can be, very proud about. And then another highlight that I had, of course, was when I was asked to join Battle Beast, because in 2012, back then I had never sang heavy metal before. I had always, I had tried all the other genres like blues, soul, pop, jazz, and also rock music. And of course, before Battle Beast, my thing was being the Janis Joplin of my hometown, and doing this raspy sound and kind of screaming my lungs out. But yeah, and when they asked me to join the band, I kind of was in a phase in my life that I was trying to find my identity as an artist still, and as a vocalist. Like I didn't know which way to go, because I was, and I'm still so interested in so many genres. So when Battle Beast asked me to join the band, I had heard about the band 2 weeks before that call, and I was like, what the hell? I was just hearing them in radio, and now they're calling me to join the band. What the fuck is going on? So, and of course I thought it was a joke when they called me, like they are trying to somehow, like I didn't believe that could be really happening. Like they are asking me to join the band and go on touring with Sonata Arctica around Europe, and I was like, this isn't happening. This is impossible, But it was possible, and the the biggest, the funny thing was that they actually found me on YouTube singing Janis Joplin. So I feel like Janis is my guardian angel or something, because whenever I've sang her songs, something great happens in my career and in my life. So they had heard me singing Piece of My Heart in YouTube and asked me to join the band. And that was the best, thing that happened to me in my career, because I found a way, which way to go. And that was a heavy metal way. and before heavy metal, I had been practicing all these different genres as a singer. So I knew I had different tools for using my voice. And also I had been listening to heavy metal since I was 15. So, and Bruce Dickinson and Ronnie James Dio, Rob Halford, they are my biggest idols. So now it was my time to kind of start using those influences coming from them. And here I am 10 years after, happily still married with Battle Beast.
And as you said, you released last January 21st, you released Circus of Doom. And how have you seen the reaction of the fans? Because all the artists, when you release an album, you say it's your best album ever with the last one. But how have you seen the reaction of the fans? Do you think that they like most this one than the previous ones? On what have you seen?
Well, it's been out there for a couple of weeks now, and I have to say that it's been amazing. The
But
feedback
today's
has
March
been
8th.
exactly. Yeah, it's been out there for a while now. So you just got there. Yeah, it's been out there a while now, and I have to say that the feedback has been amazing, and I have to say definitely people like this even more than the previous one because seeing all the comments and how many likes there are comparing to unlikes, it's like it's a winner situation right now, and it's the direction that we have been wanting to go, that we get more audience, of course, with our music, and I think one of the biggest reasons is that we have had time to kind of keep the music cooking underneath, and kind of course, when we are talking about the pandemic, it was time, that we never had so much time to concentrate on writing music. So, and also for the production for the album. So I think those two things were in a big role here to that we got this album as good as it is. And of course there are haters too, but I don't care, because we don't we do music for our lovers and we love them. It's like if there are haters, of course I feel actually I'm kind of I'm grateful that we have kind of division also here in the audience, because that means that we create strong emotions, passion, and it if people would be like, I don't care, it doesn't matter, then we would be in trouble. But now there are people who are like, they are furiated about our music, but then there are some people who love our music, and and there are more people who like our music. So I think that's a good good sign.
And your, I don't know how to pronounce, uh, your Eero, said
Yeah.
to a colleague here in our website in the Metal Circus. He said, we'd love to collaborate with David Hasselhoff. What can you say about that?
I don't have any idea.
I mean, do you use? I don't know if he said that you used to listen to David Hasselhoff. I can't remember the name of that song he has, which is very famous. But when you're on tour, you used to listen to his song. Is it a real possibility if he would be able?
Yes, that might be, and of course, I have some fragments of these
King Fury,
memories that yeah, that we have,
True
like
Survivor.
yeah, that like that song is like, we should definitely make a cover of it or something, because it's something epic, and I guess you have seen the music video of
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. It's amazing.
But yeah, David Hasselhoff, he's great. Can't deny it.
So, well, as you know, this interview is for the International Women's Day, and well, I think it should happen because every musician on the stage or in the studio is an artist, I think that it doesn't matter if you're a woman or you're a man, because the main thing you have to do is to share your art or your music. But actually, and unfortunately, we're not living in a world like this. And so I'd like to know, in the world you have to live right now, uh, what has been the best experience in the music industry for being a woman, and the worst?
The best as a woman has been uh, when I'm respected as an equal, doesn't matter the gender person.
But it should happen.
I'm one of the musicians, and I think that is always the best. If we want equality, we should definitely stop talking about female fronted bands or whatever, that kind of shit, and talk about bands and talk about singers and talk about musicians. And then the worst has been disrespectful chauvinist acts towards me, like comments on my figure, or while touring from someone who is part of the crew or something, or some sexist stuff, and kind of, or talking to me like I'm a dumb blonde because I'm blonde, or a woman. So it's like, but the respect, I've noticed that, because I'm kind of tough bitch here. So it's like I know how to
How to deal?
kind of how to deal with it, and I usually do it with kind of being tough but still with humor. So it's not always like, it doesn't, if someone is like commenting on my figure or something, then I'm like, thanks for ruining my day, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or but I usually and unfortunately it happens sometimes, but yeah, but I know also people who kind of feel embarrassed by if someone is commenting something, and they don't kind of, they are afraid to stand for themselves. And I know those kind of people are there most. And I want to tell you, whether you are a man or a woman, it is totally okay to say, don't touch me, or I didn't like that comment, please don't talk to me that way. And it is not embarrassment. They should be embarrassed even to think that they are, they have the right to say something like that, or be disrespectful. So let's stand together, and let's stand behind ourselves, and let's not, don't let anyone to be disrespectful.
That thing you said about female fronted bands, I'm totally agree. I mean, I'm spoiling it because it was an idea I had 1 or 2 years ago for a cover of our magazine. But the text I wanted to put here was "fuck female fronted bands," and in the in the little stuff, in the little text, say they are bands. I mean, that concept has been created, and okay, maybe it can help
I
to
guess there is
identify,
like
but
positive. I think I want to believe that there is like a positive thought behind that, but it's not positive, because it
no.
doesn't help the equality thing. So what we should definitely, and of course, we have women and men have different qualities, so we can't be, if we want to be 100% equals, then we should be non-gender, we don't have genders then. But the thing is that in these kind of things, when we talk about talent, when we talk about how hard you can work for something, or how genius you can be in different areas, or these things. It doesn't matter which gender you are, or so I think definitely we have still work to do
Yes, absolutely.
with this thing,
Yes.
but they're all but there, the positive thing is that there are more and more people, especially in the younger generations, that they don't even understand this kind of division between genders. They're like, that's not, it's like, I don't understand. Of course we are equals. So that's great thing that people are raised differently nowadays, but there are still these old generations who think that, yeah, there's a woman and a man and blah blah blah, but it's not reality, and it's not the modern days.
Hmm. But this is true, but the base of the industry, for example, which are the labels, used to use the image or the figure of a woman to the promotion or with the marketing strategies, with many
Mhm.
bands. Even for the bands, I don't know if that's your case in social media, but you used to post pictures of the front woman or with the woman in the band or something like that to reach more people in the
Yeah.
posts. So, what do you think about that? Do you think that it's fair because from the beginning of the process, you want to get more people just for half a woman in your band? What do you think about that?
Well, for me it's empowering to be in front of the band, and that people, that in our band they feel like I can be an asset to this band, and I feel that way too. So it's like, and I think being sexy and kind of in front of there, and I like to be in front of camera, and I like the attention. So it's not like, oh no, they are somehow putting me down and I'm submitting to them. It's not that way. I'm holding the horns here. So and I feel it's like, this is something that this is my opinion, but if I want to be dressed up sexy and being wanted, it is my choice, and that's my power, and I can use it if I want to. And if someone is saying that, but you are not respecting yourself if you are dressing that way, like, what the fuck? I respect myself the most when I do whatever I want to do. I'm not asking you my permission. So that's my opinion. But if there is, of course, if there is a different kind of situation in the band, that for example, if the front woman, uh, if she's if it's woman, you are like, that you don't want to do that. If you want to be, kind of, do it differently. If you don't want to, you know, be put out there, and then someone is forcing you, that's a different situation. But yeah, so it's like, I think if someone is doing this out of free will, then it's totally fine. But if someone is submitted, that's a different story.
Have you ever received some comment from a label or from someone from the industry about your how you should look when you are working? I mean, in a photo shoot or on the stage or something like that. Because last year we were talking with several women, and for example, I remember Cobra Page from Cobra and the Lotus told me
Mm.
that someone from the I don't know if it was from the label or I don't know of the management, but told her that she should lose weight. See,
Mm.
so have you received some kind of comment in that direction from someone from the music industry just because they want better results for the band in that way?
Yes, yes, and but the most what hurted me maybe in the past was the when I started in the band in 2012, and I, all this bullshit that came from the audience, and I back then I wasn't this, I didn't have this thick skin as I do at the moment. So I was very vulnerable, and kind of I I was very upset about, how people were, judging me, and kind of doing that. But the thing is that when you are comfortable with yourself, you don't give a fuck if someone is saying like you have to lose weight or whatever. Then you're just like, well, have you seen yourself in the mirror? Yeah. But the thing is that definitely it's not anyone else's job to say those things to you but yourself. If you feel like, okay, I should a little bit kind of look out what I'm eating, and have some sports, and that's what happened to me. Like I'm very open with my, weight issues. Like I have been fighting with my weight for my whole life. It's been like it's in my genetics, kind of. It's not easy for me to lose weight, or have the same weight all the time. So it's like it's been a problem for me for a long time. But during this pandemic, I've been working with myself a lot in my, mentally, and kind of I got to that point about a year ago or so, that I understood what I should be doing, and kind of in my head something clicked half a year ago that now I'm still working on, and you can see the results that I actually. And there was also some health issues that I needed to have fixed so that I could kind of get some weight loss. And that's life. We are all struggling with our weight all the time. Everyone is like, well, I should be more fit, or, what I mean. Like we all the time feel like we need to be more or less something. Like we need to lose weight, or we need to have more muscles, or we need to this or that. So we all are having all this, feeling that we are not enough. But the thing is that this body that we have, it's like a vessel, and it's our temple, and we should respect our bodies, and this is all we have. We need to, we shouldn't be hating ourselves, hating our own body, because it's like the thing that carries us through life. So that's something that I figured out, that okay, I need to be, I need to love my body. I need to take care of it and be the one, because I'm the only one who can do that. So if I don't take care of it, no one else is going to take care of it. So I'm just, with love and, passion.
And another main point about that is that what I feel right now, well, I was in a better, I had a better figure 1 year ago. When I got COVID, I lose a lot of weight because I couldn't. I just have a huge pain throat, pain in my throat, and I couldn't eat. So I lose a lot of weight, and now I gain a lot of weight. So today, actually today is starting my diet. But one thing I is very important talking about that is that when I've been in a better physical situation, I've felt better. For example, when I've been playing drums, I feel with more stamina, or even with my clothes or something like that. Do you think that it can helps you when you're singing? Not now, because now there are no concerts, we hope that soon there are again tours and all that stuff. But do you think that it can help you when you are on tour or singing?
Yes, I think the more you have, like good health and your body is feeling better. If you are, it doesn't matter the weight. If you feel in your body that, okay, I feel comfortable, I feel good, I can breathe, I can move, the main thing is that. And then comes the superficial things that, okay, if I want to look better. But the thing is that if you feel better, if you feel good inside, but the usually what I've noticed the same as you did, that when I lost weight and started doing some sports, I get more, stamina, and I can breathe better, and my blood flows better, and my brains work better, and when I eat good nutrition and kind of do the best I can to make my body work the best, then I feel the best. So it goes hand in hand, and I've noticed that every time that I've had these diets, and I've had diets through my whole life, and now the first time ever I don't have any speed diet. I'm only having one diet, and that's a good diet, and that's something that I'm kind of developing and kind of figuring out right now what is the best for me. But I'm on my I'm on good way now, and I encourage everyone, try to find your own way of doing life and eating and doing sports. And if you hate some kind of certain sport, don't do it. Try different things. And for me, for example, I love dancing, I love salsa, I love I sometimes, now that it's pandemic, you can't go to any salsa classes, then I put YouTube on and you have salsa classes there, and I just dance in my living room. So it's not impossible to have your own ways of sports and enjoy life. Just try, use your imagination, and everything will be all right.
I should learn a bit of salsa too. And you have a very powerful voice. There's no doubt. So congratulations. But as you said before, haven't you? Because you said that the best things you have lived in this industry is that maybe some people had treated you like a man, like in an equal situation because of your work. Have you felt that sometimes you have to prove yourself as a singer more than another male singers just for being a woman? Because the voices are different, but maybe you have to deal with that.
Well, personally, I have never felt that way. Maybe someone has felt that for me, but I've always thought that if I just shout out loud and scream so hard that the hair goes like whoa, no one's got anything negative to say. And of course there are people who they can hate me and hate my voice and whatever, but that's not my problem if someone doesn't like me. So, but I've never felt like I've had to prove myself, my singing abilities, because I'm a woman. But then I've felt, in the other hand, that that I've needed to kind of prove myself as a taken seriously in this business when I'm as a woman. So that's been frustrating, but that's also been kind of building my thick skin that now I'm having, that I think it's been very useful for me also to have these negative experiences, because now I know how to deal with those stuff. If I never would have had those, assholes talking to me disrespectfully, I wouldn't have the tools, to deal with that stuff. But now I'm like, I don't care. I'm happy, and I'm trying to be surrounded by people who are respectful towards me, and I respect them, and that's the way I want to live my life. So, but hey, I have to go because it's already
Yeah, 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 yeah.
11:35.
Don't
Yeah,
worry, don't worry. So thank you, Nora, for your time. It's been a pleasure, and well, hope to see
thank
you soon here in Spain.
thank you, gracias so much, and it was great interview, and take care, and let's hope everything goes great this year.
For you too.
Eventually,
Yeah.
and everyone gets tour a lot around the world.
Let's see. So
Okay,
thank you very much, and see you
ciao.
next time. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.